Some things just never change.
Right about now.
Oh. What the heck is going on?
Right about now. You're about to be possessed by the sounds.
Happy to be here with my brothers on blog, ready to get to it, man. I'm so excited about this show. But you yourself a professional athlete, and you get paid to catch the ball and can't. Like, that just makes no sense to me.
Biggest takeaway is that if you are a West Coast team, take your behind to the East Coast 2 days beforehand so you can at least get 1 day acclimated to the time difference.
The effort they put up against the Warriors, lethargic, pitiful. We won't give too many more words to it, so we're going to move on.
And here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Now, the Big Game Christian Sports Network proudly presents Donny Epting, Dwayne Sutton, and Willie Epting. And they are in the zone.
That music, man, still sends chills up and down my spine, man. I am telling you right now. Thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, MySpace. What's the other one? I forgot the other one.
Planet.
Yeah.
College Club.
There's Dwayne. There's Donny. I'm Willie. We are back for the second segment of the ShakeBack Sports Show, of course, exclusively on the BGC Sports Network. And we were talking in the first segment, fellas, about the combine, also known as the other thing that we're not going to say that was also known as. We were talking about a potential venue change, and I raised that question to both of you guys. We're going to pick up there here in just a moment. This second segment, it is being brought to you by the Big Game Christian Sports Network. That's right, baby. I'm telling you right now, it is the overhyped, unofficial, and slightly censored NFL Draft Talk. Mark your calendars, Thursday, April 23rd at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time for the overhyped, unofficial, and slightly censored NFL Draft Talk live from the Chef's Corner, Fort Worth, Texas, formerly known as the Turkey Den, located at 1201 Oakland Boulevard, Suite 1111 in the Funky Town, Fort Worth, that is. Join us for an active and awesome atmosphere as we discuss, debate, and agree to disagree on who's going where in the 2026 NFL Draft. Plus, come and enjoy an awesome menu. Check out an awesome menu of the Chef's Corner and a heaping helping of Southern Comfort, the food, not the whiskey. It's not like you got somewhere else you need to be on that day. So spread the word, invite the family, tell your coworkers when you get out work. Meet me at the Chef's Corner, Texas, for the overhyped, unofficial, and slightly censored Draft Talk, April 23rd, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. We will see you there. And I have been told by Big Day, the dopest engineer in the atmosphere, that I will be hosting said event. So it would be cool if you guys can encourage me with that, because I definitely need it. Okay, so we were talking about, Dwayne, in the end of the first segment about the venue change. And I was saying how I think it would be a good idea for the NFL to maybe even consider just changing venues, maybe not every year like we see with the draft and the Super Bowl, but just to give other fan bases or the other homes of fan bases an opportunity to enjoy that experience like they do with the draft and the NFL Super Bowl. So you were about to say something at the end of the first segment?
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Because here's the thing: if they're not watching, why would I move it? Like I said, you can watch for free,
Mm-hmm.
and the ratings are dying. So if they ain't watching for free, why would I go and try to move and set up different areas and everything, hoping they'll come out and actually pay to watch this? No. This is terrible.
Oh, okay. We'll get to that in just a second. Donny, what do you say about what Dwayne's just said about that?
I mean, I think the NFL still has a good reading or a good rating on the product. I know Dwayne said in the previous segment that he thinks that the NFL was the biggest loser, so to speak. Goodbye. I don't know, man. I just the way the NFL has started to move about, like they're really trying to put a stranglehold on sports. I don't necessarily agree with all the facets that they're using. I mean, but I can respect and understand where Dwayne's coming from with his opinion.
Okay, so I get that, and shout out to I can't pronounce his name, but
We'll say Ahmed.
Yeah, Ahmed. He is vying for business. Let me just put it that way. And he's actually done a couple samples for me, and he's done a really good job. I just don't know if I can afford you yet, Ahmed, but we'll talk about that at another point. And I just told the whole world that I'm broke. But anyway, so
we need to minimize them hearts on that. Then I'm still waiting on you. Hey, peace and blessings, though, brother. Peace and blessings.
Yeah, here's my thing though about the whole potential venue change or whatever. If the NFL can figure out, and we know that they can because they're the NFL and they're the largest sports league in the world, if they can figure out how to market it, especially in particular in target markets, it may be something they could possibly entertain, but who knows what the logistics will be behind all of that. Okay, moving right along. I need to ask you guys a couple more questions, right? Because we're going to step away from sports for just a minute. Last episode, like we did on the last episode, where I had saw where somebody had put on Twitter about franchises, or I'm sorry, black movies and the cultural staples that we know, and me and Dwayne had a fun time with that. But I decided to take a little bit step further this time because I started thinking about all the movies that we have all watched. I'm talking about the three of us, how many times we have watched them, and how many times we have quoted these movies in between segments on off the air when we're recording. So
and during shows.
And
during shows.
Yeah, and during shows too. And it's gonna probably happen here. As a matter of fact, it just did happen. So here are the four movie franchises. Which one of these that you will close the curtains on forever, Dwayne? And if you get caught watching any one of the movies from any one of these franchises, your punishment is life in prison without the possibility of parole or any conjugal visits or anything like that. So I've got Fast and the Furious, I've got Rocky, I've got Friday, and I've got Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
You want to think about it?
You don't want to. Is that your final answer? I mean, you don't need
that. Is definitely. Let me tell you something. Rocky, to me personally, is probably the greatest sports franchise, movie, of all time. Mm-hmm. Like for me, 1 through 4 specifically. Okay, how many times I watched them? I can still watch that today and be very well entertained, even though I know everything that's going to be said and done. And I wish Rocky 5 didn't exist. But I know eventually it will lead up to the Creed. See, that's what I'm saying? The Creed is part of the Rocky. So, true. Yeah, no, that ain't going nowhere. Fast and Furious, I know it's all 107 of them. I still just watch those and still I like those. Like I need that in my movie rotation from time to time. Certain ones I wish didn't exist, you don't know. The Fridays, of course, I'm Black. Yes, I'm not. That's not going anywhere. Ice Cube did his thing with small budget and they big time cultural movies. But Rush Hour, as funny as the first one was,
that was it. There was nothing else. I didn't really
need all that.
Yeah. Donny, what say you?
I didn't really need Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker go back and be Smokey.
Yeah.
Well,
by the way, this supposed to be in production for last Friday. But anyway, Donny, what say you about these 4 franchises?
I mean, look, I've watched each of them a bunch, or as we say in the South, a bunch.
I would lean towards Rush Hour also, but I would say if there was another one on the chopping block, I know Willie, you probably gonna kick me for saying this, but I'm gonna go Fast and the Furious. I mean, how many times are we gonna race cars?
I'm just glad it's over.
Is it though? Is it?
And it ain't the same without our guy Paul Walker. Rest in peace. You know, y'all just racing cars.
I like the addition of The Rock. I don't like that him and
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel didn't work out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like Jamie Foxx and LL Cool J and any given Sunday?
Because when who was that? The Rock and Tyrese, when they had their verbal exchange, and he made Luda spit his drink out.
Yeah. When he said something about the baby oil, you better watch that big forehead. I tend to agree with, well, the Rush Hour, I don't have as big a problem with, but when Fast and the Furious that started out as some thugs from Los Angeles, California, jacking trucks for VCRs and microwaves and 8-tracks and stuff like that. When you go from that to ending up in outer space, I'm done. That's enough. That's enough. I can't take no more.
It's kind of like some of those superhero series that be on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all started off as trying to save your city from the evil guy, and then you eventually started saving the world. And the next thing you know, you flying through space with a raccoon. Yeah.
Exactly.
Here.
Exactly. All right, guys, let's I want to do this in this segment because I gotta shout out to my girl, the Lulu Cowboy. And I mean, no, she's not, that's not her handle. What is her handle? Let's see what her handle is.
I was gonna say that's perfect.
The Lulu Bama. Okay, and this is my girl from Twitter. She has been very, very, very encouraging to me during this season of loss. I told her that I was going to take this and I was going to use it for the show. And she said, great topic, fam. And I'm like, here we go. So she put this out on Twitter and said, you're the captain. Who are you getting rid of? And when I first saw this, y'all, the first thing I noticed was what? Who's not on here?
Oh, no LBJ. Somebody changed that.
Yeah, no LeBron.
No, the original photo had LeBron where Iverson was.
Exactly. So I actually commented when she first posted it, and I said, I love the fact that LeBron is not in this picture. And then somebody had the nerve to tell me on Twitter that it's a stupid topic, bro. And I'm like, and I replied, who cares what you think? So anyway, shout out to my girl Lou. I love you, girl. Looking like Tyra Banks in that in that profile pic. But anyway, so here we are, guys. You are the captain. Pick 4 of these, Donny, and the rest gotta go.
I hate that you chose me first, but and I'm gonna say this. LeBron deserves to be on the picture.
No, he doesn't. Yes, he does.
I pick him?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he deserves. He deserves to be on the picture.
Yeah,
at least.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Having said that, 6'6" out of North Carolina, number 23. Give me Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Give me out of Wake Forest University, 6'10", the big fundamental, Tim Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
I will also take on this team the hick from French Lick. Gotta have Larry Bird.
Mm.
And lastly, and it's hard, but somebody got to run the show. And who better to do that than Magic
Johnson.
Magic Johnson. And I'm sending everybody else home.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. Dwayne, you're the captain. Pick 4 and tell the rest of them you're fired. I'm
gonna see your Tim Duncan, and I'm gonna raise you Hakeem Olajuwon. Give me the Nigerian. Give me the big what Vernon Maxwell called the big African.
I can't stand Vernon Maxwell.
Vernon Maxwell,
That dude is funny, man.
That's my guy. But yeah,
he is.
I'm definitely gonna start with MJ, of course. All right, cool. Then I'm gonna piss people off.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna take the guy who's just like him. Give me Kobe Bean Bryant. Yeah, I'm gonna have two of those. Sorry, but they both can handle the ball. They both can be a combo guard. They both can guard 1 through 3. I'm gonna take both of them. Then I'm gonna have Hakeem Olajuwon, like I said. And then, of course, for what I would consider the 3-4 combo player, you see that guy over there that says he's 6'9", but if he stand up straight, he's really 7 feet.
Yeah.
Give me Kevin Durant.
I don't have a problem with that either. And I like both of y'all's choices because any team that you're putting together that has an option for Michael Jordan, he's going to be on it every single time. Period, point blank. Give me his airness, give me magic, give me the silent H, and give me the hick from French lick, as Donny said, Larry Bird. And I'm gonna tell you the reasons why, because we all do know that there's these things in basketball or the NBA that's called free throws, and Magic might be the worst free throw shooter of all the 4 that I picked. However, when you got Larry Bird, who was a 40, 50, 90 person, when you've got MJ, who won 10 scoring titles and 6 finals MVPs, when you got Kobe, who is an assassin. I didn't pick Kobe, but when you have Magic, who can run the show, and when you have the silent H, who, in my opinion, guys, does not get enough love as one of the top centers of all time. He just
to me,
reason.
I always put him over Shaq. I do.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
And you wouldn't be unreasonable in that selection because head to head, what happened?
He dominated him.
Like,
he didn't just beat him, he dominated him.
Shout out to one of the Miracle Twins, Willie Epting, the best 4 men line combined. I think he's talking about me, you, Dwayne, and Donny, and then maybe another player to be named later. But anyway, we appreciate you. We appreciate you checking in, Twin. Before we go to break, I want to say something about this photo. And what we just talked about LeBron James being deserved being to be on the photo, but not actually possibly being selected. To me, it says a lot that, number one, whoever did this photo has the opinion that LeBron James is not one of the all-time greats, which I don't agree with that. But even if you're picking a starting 5, I still don't think I would pick him because of the free throw thing. And plus the fact that he shrinks, or we've seen him shrink so many times in the biggest portions of the game and or a series. So
can I come to his rescue real quick?
Yeah, after the break. We'll do that after the break. So come on back. Dwayne has got his. We're gonna mute our mics. We're gonna mute our mics and turn off our cams. Donny, Dwayne, Willie, we'll be right back.
Ladies, life can get overwhelming, but you don't have to navigate it alone. At Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions, we specialize in helping women like you to regain clarity, confidence, and control. I'm Patrice Epting, a certified life coach, here to walk alongside you through life's toughest moments, whether it's relationships, mental health, or building a stronger mindset. Together, we'll create a plan tailored just for you to step into your best self. Take the first step today. Visit Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions by calling for your free consultation at 469-358-5241. You're strong, capable, and deserving of the life you dream of. Let's make it happen together. Visit Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions by calling for your free consultation at 469-358-5241. Whether it's relationships, mental health, or building a stronger mindset, visit Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions by calling for your free consultation at 469-358-5241. Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions.
Yay. Welcome back. Third and final segment. ShakeBack Sports Show. Big game. Christian Sports Network. There's Donny. There's Dwayne. I'm Willie. Thank you guys out there for the comments. We got another one in here that came in over the break. We'll get to it in just a second. All right. Just in case you missed it in the second segment, we were talking about the movies. And then we were talking about the photo that I had on the screen that somehow has disappeared, but it's okay. We were talking about the four horsemen and who will we leave out. And on that picture, of course, was some of the all-time greats, but not included on that photo was LeBron James. And Dwayne had a final comment on that. We're going to get to that here in just a second. Before we move any further, though, this third and final segment is being brought to you by the Big Game Christian Sports Network. Your chance to support the BGC Sports Network is continuing to be here. Introducing the My BGC merch store, where you can purchase authentic BGC merch like our BGC coffee mugs, the overhyped, unofficial, slightly censored Turkey Den t-shirt, the BGC desk mat, and so much more. Just go to My BGC merch page at bgcsports.net and place your order today. My BGC merch, it is waiting on you. All right, Dwayne, go ahead and finish your final point on the photo that has suddenly disappeared. Let me see if I can bring it back up while you do that. Go ahead.
So I was going to do something that I don't normally do. Anybody who knows me know I don't defend LeBron James for what? but I will say this. Does he deserve to be in that photo? Absolutely. Because I could argue that Allen Iverson is there strictly for what he did culturally for the sport of basketball. But Allen Iverson wasn't the greatest shooter. Allen Iverson had one of the biggest hearts offensively. Defensively, he could be a liability. Like, he was great at picking lanes. But if I want a 6'9" basketball player who could bring the ball up the court, who was great at reading what the defense was going to do, who didn't mind passing the basketball. I mean, I know I'm sounding like I'm describing Magic Johnson, but this is Magic Johnson 2.0. The boy literally doesn't get hurt, even when he looks like he's faking his injury because he wasn't sure if it was his left or his right elbow last night. I don't know, but he doesn't like suffer real injuries. He's going to be one of the smartest players on the court, and that includes some of the coaches that they play against. So if I can say somebody who's built like Karl Malone but plays like Magic Johnson, why wouldn't I put him at my point guard? And he doesn't have to go at he doesn't have to shine in the biggest moments. I got, like I said, on my list, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. I don't need him to shine. I need him to get them the ball. But he does deserve to be on this list for what he's done for the sport of basketball.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Top 25 scorers of all time. I was surprised Allen Iverson isn't on this list. But one who is on this list, who I would have loved to have seen in this photo, because I probably would have picked him.
I know.
Who?
Isaiah.
No.
What?
Kevin Garnett.
The ticket.
The big ticket.
The ticket.
Kevin Garnett was 6'11" and could bring the ball up the floor like any guard.
He could. Some would like to argue one of the biggest debates in basketball. Whose career would you rather have, KG's or Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan by far.
Why?
By
he
far.
Rings?
He got 5 rings. How many Kevin got? 1. And he had to form one of the first super teams in this super team era to do it. Well, they didn't form at least.
The next question is, if you flipped their teams that they with, let's say you give Tim Duncan KG's career and you give KG Tim Duncan's career, does it still come out the same?
I don't even know what that question means.
Pop with KG would have still won as many rings as he won.
Yeah, I think so too. Because that was Pop didn't care what your star or superstar
celebrity status was
like.
Yeah,
he didn't care about that.
Would Tim been able to get one in Minnesota without having a league?
I don't know, because they're two different types. Even though they both play power forward, they played the game. They play their positions so much differently. Donnie, I agree with you in the fact that KG in that 04 season when he won the MVP and they ran up against the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals after having the best record in the West and home court advantage, man, they blitzed KG up and down the court. And it was a lot like what we saw a little bit later with LeBron and the Cavs when they blitzed him. He couldn't make a jumper, and there was nobody else to throw the ball to. Okay, enough about that, guys. I want to ask y'all a one-hitter quitter because we need to get back to the NFL. The Charlotte Hornets, is their sting? Is it dull or is it sharp? Dwayne. Sharp meaning that they're for real.
I'm going to say it's sharp.
Donnie, you agree?
It's sharp.
Yeah. And what they did to Boston on the Thursday night, that made me a little bit of a more of a believer than I already was. Okay, back to the NFL we go. We know that there's been some releases. There's been a lot of things going on, and since the since the combine. I want to ask you guys a question in terms of DJ Moore, of course, who was traded by the Bears to the Buffalo Bills. And we know that or at least most of us believe that the Bills are probably the team that has the most pressure on them going into 2026 because of them firing their head coach, Sean McDermott, and basically saying that it's you and Keon Coleman's fault that we did not make it to the Super Bowl. So does DJ Moore, Dwayne, close that gap for the Bills?
DJ Moore doesn't close it by himself. I get why they did what they did. You have to go get Josh Allen a weapon. But for instance, what A.J. Brown would have commanded, that would have cost you too much, and you still have other holes to fill. So the biggest issue for the Buffalo Bills is your defense. You have to address that. So bringing in a DJ Moore instead of an A.J. Brown still allows you a chance to do that. But DJ by himself, nah, that's not enough.
Yeah, and I probably worded the question pretty poorly because obviously we know he can't do it by himself. But does the Bills require acquiring him? Does that push them closer? Does that close the gap for them more? Donnie, let me ask you a different question because I think this is important just based on what Dwayne said and the fact that the Bills and their inability to get off the field with their suspect defensive backfield. Well, now we saw the Chiefs send their superstar cornerback to the Rams. And we know what the Rams weren't able to do against Seattle or against against Seattle in that NFC Championship game.
And the Bears too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bears too.
So I forgot the dude's name. He played for Kansas City, and y'all know how I feel about any Kansas City player. But does that acquisition for the Rams get them closer or closing the gap on Seattle? And I know Seattle's gonna have a lot of issues, but let me put it this way, Donnie. And give me the name of the cornerback, y'all. I can't think.
Trent McDuffie.
Trent McDuffie.
I almost said OJ McDuffie, but I knew it wasn't that. Trent McDuffie. If Trent McDuffie was in the Rams secondary this past playoff season, do we think that the result against the Seahawks would have been different?
Yeah.
So basically, that means with them trading for him and getting him, they've closed the gap. Can we safely assume that equation works?
And what the Seahawks are about to lose, and I'm not just talking about the Super Bowl MVP. They're about to lose some guys because, as we know, champions get poached after they win.
Yeah, and I mean, look at it. Two major people of their staff, their coaching staff, are in other places. Offensive coordinator, another place. I think their defensive coordinator in a different place. Maybe a special teams coordinator in a different place. And Clint Kubiak brought some of those guys with him to Las Vegas. And that in itself has me excited. Now, let me ask you guys a couple more questions before we get out of here. AJ Brown. We know the love affair between him and Mike Vrabel. And everybody seems to think that AJ Brown is going to wind up in New England. I'm not so sure, because what we know about the NFL is that what we think happens normally doesn't happen. And what we don't think is going to happen actually happens. So aside from the Patriots, Dwayne, who do you see the Eagles trading AJ Brown to?
Better kind of question would probably be who would need his services or who can afford his services too.
Okay, let's phrase it.
I could say the Carolina Panthers. They could utilize him, and I believe that they have some assets that they could play into to accommodate Philadelphia Eagles.
You get it, you, Donny?
I'm going to say a name. Don't y'all get too hyped behind it. Who this fan base, but the New Orleans Saints could use him.
I don't see that happening.
They could use him. As far as will they be able to accommodate what Philly's going to try to charge you for him?
Yeah, pretty much.
That has left to be seen. I don't want to. Is there a chance that he could return to Tennessee?
Go ahead, Donnie. Take it from there.
I'm gonna say there is a chance, but I actually thought about that, Dwayne. You're real right. I thought about that, but I'm gonna actually throw a different question out there. Is Philadelphia blowing smoke up y'all's tails, and are they even gonna trade him? I can see a scenario where they keep him. I can see a scenario where they keep him and just they're gonna go forth, and the New England thing ain't gonna happen. Why? Because he doesn't fit the Patriot way at all.
If we're talking about the old version of Patriots,
I don't know if
the Mike Vrabel Patriots.
Yeah, he would, because the Patriot way is where he flourished in Tennessee.
So, different ownership,
same
different
coach.
GM. I don't.
Okay. Well, riddle me this. Riddle me this, because I heard something on the radio on Friday that I thought was pretty intriguing, and not just because it's the Las Vegas Raiders. How about the Raiders sending Max Crosby to Philadelphia for AJ Brown and their first round draft pick in next month's draft? How about that?
That would be the dumbest thing.
For who? No, I'm sorry. No. That's not right. Max Crosby to the Eagles for Jalen Carter and their first round pick of this year. I love it.
I wouldn't like that. Jalen Carter's going to do something to get suspended. I don't want to bring him in if I'm
But here's the thing, though. Okay, that's fine. We can run the risk of that. But we already have the number 1 overall pick. we
blame for the Raiders. I mean, he can get suspended anyway.
I mean, you know what? That probably does go with the Raiders, the Raider Nation. Like,
so
you ain't a real Raider if you don't get suspended.
He's still a game breaker when he's in the game and when he ain't breaking up stuff to get suspended.
Spitting on people. But the thing is that we got the number 1 overall pick and we would have a record in the middle of our defense. We already have somewhat end rushers with Snowden and Tyrese Wilson, who's been coming along as of late. And you get another first-round draft pick. If I'm the Raiders, I'm pulling the trigger on that last week. And all right. This will send Max Crosby
to Philly.
To Philly.
Yeah.
Philly wins the Super Bowl.
That's fine. As long as the Cowboys don't do it, because the Cowboys are still in the mix to get Max Crosby. And I said this on another show.
Willing to give away a Super Bowl?
No. What I'm saying is that if I want Max Crosby to have a chance to become a winner. I just don't want him to do it in Dallas. He can't have it in Dallas.
If he goes to Philly, I think he retires there.
Well, that's probably true.
He is exactly what the Philly fan base would love.
Yeah, that's probably true too. Okay, I was gonna give y'all a chance for some final thoughts, but guess what? We is out of time. And with that being said, I want you guys to make sure that you check out the big homie up next. That, of course, is Donald Ware from Press Box to Press Row. There's Donny. There's Dwayne. For the dopest engineer on the planet, I'm Willie. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all hug each other. Y'all love each other. And it's going to be all right. And we'll holler at y'all again real soon. Peace. We out.